really excited to show you guys the Wuthering Heights braid. I was sitting in the movie theater when the trailer came on.
We were together.
Literally immediately as soon as we saw the hair, I was like, hair.
Yeah,
did you see the hair?
She said, I need to do this on you.
I've got to try this braid. So I'm here to show you guys, Brooklyn's obviously going to play Catherine today.
Margot Robbie.
Yes, Margot Robbie's character in the movie. And we're gonna show you how to make this amazing looking braid. Okay, let's get started on this hairstyle, you guys. You start by parting the hair in the middle. You can see it's just going down the middle. And then I'm gonna do kind of a triangular section to the front part of each ear. Basically, just picking up a piece on each side. The rest of it will just kind of remain down out of the way, and we'll pull it out of the way in a second. You can take a big elastic and just kind of put this out of the way for a second. I'm gonna start with this right piece, and I'm picking up the whole thing like this. She has some baby hairs, which you can either pull out and try to curl down and leave down, or you can try to use a little bit of like a slick stick to just kind of scoop it up and get it to stay in place. I don't want to slick it too much, because even in the movie, it's a very like wind blown kind of softer look. And so I'm trying to just let like any natural textures sort of just happen in the hair. I'm gonna take this piece and divide it into 3 sections. So bottom and 2 top. This middle section right here, I'm gonna cross over the top section. And this is on purpose. Like, I'm gonna do a Dutch braid ultimately, but I'm intentionally crossing this over because it's gonna give us a little lift right here. And if you look at the pictures of the front of her hair, which I'll put the picture right here, from the front, you can see that her hair kind of has like a little, what looks like a little twist in the front. This is how I'm creating that look. We're gonna cross them over. This is the beginning of our Dutch braid. I am gonna pick up a section on this top piece right here and again, braid it in. And I'm gonna do one little piece pick up right here, and that's it. I'm not gonna pick up any more hair. Okay, from this point on, it's just braiding. Gonna go down and create the rest of the braid. And then I'm just gonna secure with an elastic at the end. And I'm gonna repeat on the other side. And again, you saw me take that middle section over the top to begin with. I'm gonna pick up a piece up here on top. I'm just eyeballing to make sure it's basically even on both sides as I pick up. And a little piece down here by her ear. And then braid it down. And I'm gonna go to where it's even at the ends and secure. Now I'm gonna go back and just kind of lightly pull just to loosen them up. I'm not like pancaking the edges or anything, I'm just kind of stretching so the braids are a little looser and a little softer, and this is gonna make the next step a little easier too. And then I'm gonna turn around and just check the front, because I always like to look at the front, just make sure we've got what we need. So on this front piece, you can see right here and right here, I want to like almost exaggerate a little bit. So I'm gonna just kind of tug and loosen so it looks a little more like flipped in to the braid. Better. And we just decided we're gonna let those baby pieces just live their own life. Next up, you're gonna need a little navy blue ribbon. This is a 1/2 inch. We are using a 1/2 inch. I think you could get away with a 1/4 inch too. Do not buy a 1 inch, it's gonna be too thick. And you basically need to kind of roughly know where the center is. So eyeball. Basically, you're gonna just take this little piece right here, this little loop, and you're gonna feed one end through here and one end through here. This. There are like big old fat knitting needles that you could put this through, or you can just use your fingers if you want, like I did. That's our starting position. So again, I'm just gonna check and make sure I roughly am even on both sides. Now, when I played with this, the important step for me, like with a shoe, I might have a tendency to pull this next loop and go from underneath up. Don't do that. go from the top down on each section. So on this loop, again, I'm just gonna reach over and go from the top. So I'm threading this way under this. And then make sure it lays nice and flat. Find the next loop down, which is this one. Go from the top to under. This. And I'm gonna just try to make sure it's laying nice each time. And we pull it just a little tighter. Next one, under. So we're gonna continue lacing. If you look at the picture, which I'll put up here on the screen so you can see the back, it goes about 3 crisscrosses down and then the braids come together. So as I'm going, I'm just sort of keeping that in mind that I'm gonna be pulling the braid together probably within the next stitch or 2. So I just wanna make sure this is all anchored the way I want it looking so that I can pull them together. And then just keep looping. See how we just pulled that braid together? So from this section on, it's gonna look like one big old fat braid instead of 2 skinnier braids because and it's gonna just be laced up. I think we originally did a hairstyle very similar to this like years and years ago, and we actually called it the lace up braid, if I'm remembering right. Okay, you can see that we have it all the way down, laced up. Just make sure I don't have any hair stuck in there. I'm gonna take it and just secure it together at the end with one elastic, and then we'll take a little ribbon and put a bow over the bottom. Okay, before I put the bow on, what I'm gonna do is just go back and sort of pull on the edges just a little bit. It's just gonna fluff the edges, make it a little fatter looking, ever so slightly, which is just gonna accent the overall braid. So it looks really pretty. And then take a ribbon and tie a bow. And you have the style all done. I love this hairstyle, you guys. I feel like chef's kiss.
I feel like she looks so cute in the movie. Not that I've seen it, but in the trailer.
All right, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that by clicking here. You can check out other videos by clicking over here, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.